Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Ocho, there are 32 NFL head coaching jobs, but apparently nobody wants to be coach the Browns. Another coach passed on taking the Browns head coaching job. The Jags OC, Grant Yadinsky, has withdrawn from consideration as head coaching position, but is still pursuing the Bills head coaching job. Mike McDaniel decided that he would rather go down the ladder and expected to be the Chargers OC than the Browns head job. And Chris Shula, who's the DC for the Rams, reportedly passed and requested on a requested meeting from the Browns. The Browns now have interviewed Commanders running back Anthony Lynn Saturday, former head coach of the Chargers. Ocho, when the coaches would rather stay coordinators than go take that job, does that speak to the dysfunction that is actually going on in Cleveland?
It speaks to the dysfunction, but I mean, I got into it with some Browns fans today on Twitter. Obviously we had some dialogue back and forth, and I said, three coaches pulled out, and they said, well, those coaches pulled out because they know they weren't getting the job. And then they talked to me, you need to talk about what you know, because administration or those in positions of power with the Cleveland Browns were flying out to see someone by the name of Nate. I don't remember what Nate's last name was. Excuse me. Chad, you can probably correct me, that he's going to be the one to get the job. And I'm like, well, yeah, either way it goes, I don't think coaches are wanting to take, it's not a coveted job. It's not like everyone is lining up, knocking down the door to want to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Listen, I agree. As much as I love my Bengals, I've always been an advocate for the Cleveland Browns players, not the organization in itself. Their players, especially Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, Shedeur Sanders, Grant Delpit. You know how I am. If you've watched the show long enough, you know how I've always shown support for the Cleveland Browns, even though they're not my team. But it's a dysfunctional organization. It always has been for a very, very long time. And one thing I don't do is I really don't talk about organizations in general, but sometimes you have to call a spade, even if it's me who's always on the positive side of things. It's not good, which is why most of the coaches don't want to coach there. Another issue is obviously the quarterback situation. I don't think there's nothing cemented in place where a head coach feels that comfortable going into that building saying, you know what, this is where we're going to start, and we're going to build from here, and we'll worry about everything else on the back end.
I agree. I think the thing is that a head coach goes in there and they know Andrew Berry still has control. Most of the time, coaches want to come in, they want to bring their own general manager. With that being said, and then there's a direct, I don't actually get an opportunity to talk to Jimmy and Dee Haslam. I got to deal with Andrew Berry, who's effed up since he's been there. I don't think he didn't select Myles Garrett, did he? What was the guy that selected Myles Garrett? He selected Baker also. John Dorsey. John Dorsey. It is one of 32. Yeah. When you're willing to say, instead of being, kind of your own boss, I would still rather just, be an OC or DC where I am. I think that speaks a lot. That speaks loud and clear.
I mean, hey, listen, if the Browns if the Browns looking for a head coach, you know who can go over there and coach him, huh?
Who?
Shit, me.
Nah, you got to realize that the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals, his dad used to. That's who the Browns are named after. They probably gonna have anything.
I know
to do with
it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I'm just throwing my name out there. So listen, Browns need a head coach. Philadelphia Eagles, they need an offensive coordinator. I'm manifesting it. I'm manifesting the opportunity. Maybe it might present itself. If it doesn't, I tried.
Yeah, well, you keep manifesting. I'm manifesting other things, but coaching ain't something that I'm manifesting. I promise you that. I've been manifesting a lot of things. I've been trying to speak a lot of stuff into existence. Been praying about a lot of stuff. Coaching in the NFL ain't something that I've been praying about. Coaching in the NFL ain't something I've ever prayed about.
I got you.
Being a player, that was it. Once I said I'm done,
you
I want another.
You disconnected from the game, huh?
No, I'm not disconnected to the game.
Disconnecting from it as far as coaching.
Yes, but you know what, Ocho? This allows for me. It allows me to stay close to the game without having to work those long ass hours.
You're right.
Because I'm excessive. Like I'm obsessive. Well, that's what they call it, obsessive. When you lazy and don't want to do what you want to do, you say, "Oh, he obsessive." No, I just want to be great at because that's anybody that's been great at anything. They were what you call obsessive at one point in time. Serena was obsessive. Tiger Woods was obsessive. Kobe was obsessive. But see, nobody ever said, I guess because Kobe didn't speak about it. Everybody came out when Mike McDonald said what he said, but I guarantee you there are times that Vanessa did everything for the kids. Got them ready, got them to go to school, was at the PTA, was at their functions, and then when he retired, he could take on more of that responsibility. But nobody didn't say, well, that was a flex, that Kobe was he said he was in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning, got 2 hours in, come home, shower, eat, lay down, back in the gym at 9, shower, eat, back in the gym at 4. Nobody said Kobe was, oh, Kobe, that ain't no flex.
I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand the sacrifice that goes into it, the amount of hours that you have to put in to be great, the discipline.
To that level of
that
greatness.
level, the Tom Brady's, the Tiger Woods. I don't think people understand it. They know they put the work in.
Serena, yes.
I don't think they understand how much work and how much sacrifice, how many things are sacrificed that are immediate to you, including family, including kids, to reach that level of success. It's not easy.
Yeah. Any entrepreneur, whether you're talking about Bill Gates, whether you're talking about Jeff Bezos, whether you're talking about Larry Ellison, anybody, Zuckerberg, anybody that you want to know, if you're talking about that level of success, now I'm not knocking anybody that says, I'd rather be a family man, I want to be a family woman, and my family is more important than ascending and having enormous tons of wealth. That's to you. I got no problem with that. I'm never going to knock somebody for what they choose is important to them. But I think early on, you get a kind of sense. I think Serena and Venus got a sense early on. Well, we want to be the best. Well, the dad, who had no formal tennis training, says, well, this is what it's going to take. Earl Woods, who had really no formal golf training, says, well, son, this is what it's going to take. Michael Jordan says, like, this is what it's going to take. For me to be obsessive, this is it. It's got to be the end all be all. And to people that don't want to be that, I don't begrudge them. I don't.
It's different though.
Some people's like, I just want to grow up, have a family, be a husband, and be a father to my kids.
And I think the difference is Coach talked about it. And I think because he talked about it, because he voiced what he has to go through or what he's not able to do, it's frowned upon. But if all these greats, all these legends were to hold that same conversation, if it was able to be had, especially from Kobe, and you get the same thing. You get the same thing from Michael Jordan as well.
How many coaches you think do what Mike McDonald does? That makes it seem like he's the only one. Because I was there when the coaches would come back, Ocho, and they didn't go home. They went straight upstairs and started breaking down film. And they might not go home they might go home during the day, like Monday, they might go home for an hour, but they right back. Tuesday, they're there the whole night. Wednesday, the whole night. It was Thursday that they got an opportunity to leave at 6 o'clock. But that's the price you have to pay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great. Absolutely. And the funny thing about it is we all work. We all work, whether it's 9 to 5 or whether it's graveyard shift, but there's different levels of being a psycho when it comes to your craft and what you do.
Different levels of sacrifice.
Yeah, that as well. I like calling those the Jordans, the Kobe, the Tiger Woods. They are psycho, like literally psycho, because a few screws have to be loose, Unc, to be able to have the discipline to do what they do and do it over and over and over and over until you not get it perfect. I forgot the word. You say it sometime too. You might not get it perfect. Damn, I forgot.
No, you don't do it to get. You just you don't do it till you get it right. You just do it so you can't get it wrong.
That's it. That's it right there.
That's what the Tom Brady's
made it look so easy, and it's so difficult.
the Peyton Mannings. Now, they're great fathers now because what their job entails now doesn't require that level of discipline, that level of dedication, that level of obsession, what they do now. Now, everybody's telling me that Tom has gotten better at doing what he does. I don't know. I haven't heard him, but I had a conversation with him last summer and had a conversation. He's like, and I was like, look, bro, you got to realize you didn't become what you became your first year. So what made you think that you were going to just pick this up and be great at it your first year? It's going to take time. You know what? And you can't be anybody else but Tom Brady. So everybody talk about, well, he ain't Romo or he ain't John Madden. Nope, he's Tom Brady. And that's be the best Tom Brady at calling the game that you can be, and then let the chips fall with him.
He's gotten much better at it. But the one thing about it is Tom Brady his first year?
Okay. Yeah.
And he gradually continued to get better because of one thing: repetition.
Yes.
Repetition.
He put time in. He understands now. You watch him. Whereas before, he would never when the guy was talking to him, he was looking straight at the camera as opposed to taking the question, listening at the guy, listening at the talk, and then turn to the camera.
Yeah. Hey,
got
matter
better.
of fact, speaking of that, man, what you think about me doing color commentary too? I think I would be good at it. I think I would be good at that. I have to work on my cursing. I work on my cursing. But listen, I can talk the game. I know in extent and in depth, but I can also tell a story as the game is going. So I think.
Well, here's the thing. It's hard to tell stories during the game because you got to talk in 3 to 5 seconds because you can't talk too long because the next play is about to happen. So you got to put that thing in a nice, neat bow. It's a lot more difficult than people think. And people think hard. like Madden. But Madden was very simplistic. He's circling sweat. He got smoke coming off the guy's head. And he boom, 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 boom. People like that because he was very simplistic in what he was saying. He wasn't talking about no quarters coverage and he wasn't talking about this. It was very, very simple. He was like, look at it. He got a double here, and a double here, and a pull around here, and there's an alley there. People love that. But it's what makes that job so difficult, Ocho, is that you're talking about what's happening in real time. As a pregame, in the pregame show, you're talking about what you think will happen. In the postgame show, you're talking about what has actually happened. During that live, you're talking about what is actually happening before your eyes. And guess what? You don't get a chance to rehearse.
And listen, that's all experience, That's all experience and being able to recall based on experience and what you've seen before playing and being able to adapt that to what you're seeing in real time.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I just, for me, Ocho, I don't really need, and I'm sure the guys do a great job, but what they do, I don't need told to me. Because the one thing that you don't want to have happen is to regurgitate what somebody is saying. Oh, you just heard such and such say that. No, I just.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you do realize that I played the game a little bit. I was okay. I'm not saying I'm a top 10 player in the history of the game, but I was an okay player. And I know what I see, and I can recall. But it's great. I just can't believe the Browns have found themselves in this situation. I believe the Raiders have their guy in mind. A lot of people say it's going to be Clint Kubiak. I do think Clint is very deserving of a job. You see the job that he's done with Sam Darnold. Because remember, Ocho, he was in New Orleans before Kellen Moore got there. So, and you see the job that he's done with Sam Darnold.
So you think, well, obviously Clint Kubiak, knowing that the number one pick obviously going to be Fernando Mendoza. I mean, I like it. I like it. I think still.
And we talked about this, Ocho. I think this is just my personal. I haven't talked to anybody in Baltimore. I think the reason why Baltimore went defense is that they said Lamar Jackson has won 2 MVPs with 2 different coordinators. We believe Lamar Jackson is so great, we don't give a damn who the coordinator is. His greatness is going to shine
no matter what.
We need somebody to repair
Yes.
this defense. This is where we're losing games. We have double-digit leads and we're squandering those leads. We were last or near the bottom in pass defense and sacks and all these stats. And so I think that's what Steve Bisciotti was going for. And as a matter of fact, I think he was in Baltimore with John Harbaugh before he went to the Chargers. Right. So that's my thought process on that. But the Browns, look, I know Myles Garrett is making money, and he's still not making much as he should be making, considering the type of player that he is. But I don't know how he can put the kind of time that he does to take care of his body and to be great as he is, and just to get accustomed to this losing. I don't know how, Ocho. It takes a special type of person, Ocho, to go out there and you know what you put in.
Listen, they promise.
And you see, think about Ocho. They're playing from behind. He got 23 sacks, and rarely, if ever, did they have the lead.
Yeah. Well, listen, they
just imagine if he had a team that could put points on the board, and they got an opportunity to play for a lead, and he got an opportunity to hunt.
That's crazy. Well, listen, they did promise him. He did have some gripes and said he wants to play for a winning organization. They paid him and they promised him, we're going to build a winner.
Promises like pie crust, thin and easily broken.
Well, they can prove themselves this offseason. They can prove themselves in the draft.
How many times you seen people get before that man, stand right there at the altar and promise, I'm going to love you.
For better or for worse. And be gone after. And,
sickness that in health, rich or poor.
As soon as you broke, they out the door.
Yep. Or as soon as you get sick.
They gone. This is too much. I didn't sign up for this. Hey, golly, boy.
What happened?
I'm still thinking about that news you gave me at the beginning of the show, man. Golly, boy, that's exciting.
Yeah, people say, well, Barry Sanders was that guy, and Barry left.
Oh, yeah, he did.
They kept promising Barry. They kept promising Barry. Barry. Barry said after 10 years, y'all just running game on me. Y'all, we're not getting
Calvin
better.
Johnson
As a matter of fact, I think we're starting to take a step back.
Calvin Johnson.
That's why he left. Calvin Johnson, same thing. I mean, think about it. You got two of the all-time great players. Billy Sims was actually that 20 number was special. I know you don't remember Billy Sims.
White shoes? That's Billy Johnson.
That's Billy. That's Billy
Johnson,
White Shoes Johnson. Billy Sims was a Heisman Trophy winner. I think Billy came out in 78. Yeah, 78. Because Earl Campbell won the Heisman in 77. Billy was 78. Charles White was 79. George Rogers was 80. Marcus Allen was 81. Herschel Walker was 82. Mike Rozier was 83. Doug Flutie was 84. Bo Jackson was 80. But you know what I'm saying, Ocho. Ocho. I got you, baby.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So with that being said, he was special, but he got an ACL. And, back then, guys didn't come back from ACLs like they do now. People marvel at Adrian Peterson, and they should. You do realize that Rod Woodson tore his ACL in the first game of the season and played in the Super Bowl.
Damn.
He did. He did.
That's crazy.
Jerry tore his ACL and played in the last game, the second to the last game of the season.
I don't understand how they did that. But Adrian Peterson is the most remarkable person to come back from ACL and have a crazy season post ACL tear. I don't know what doctor he went to. I don't know what kind of rehab he did. But man, wherever he did or whatever process or rehab he went through, that's what everyone else that tears their ACLs, that's where they need to go. Unbelievable.
I don't know. Did James Andrews do was it Andrews that did AP surgery or Elatrosh? Because I don't think he went to the Stedman Hawkins clinic. But I mean, eventually somebody's going to take the job. They're going to lie to him and tell him you're going to have control. Can say over the 53. Yeah, he went to James Andrews down in Birmingham. I don't know if he's still doing surgery. Dr. Andrews old now. Dr. Andrews, he's got to be like 80.
He that old, you think?
Yeah. He's 83. Yeah.
Okay, he's done, huh?
I don't know. A lot of times when they have sons, their sons become because that's how Dr. Watkins is, and, and so they the son takes over the practice. But you got to realize Ocho Hill. I remember hearing about him when I was first got in the league. In Stedman Hawkins Clinic, they were the team doctors for the Broncos. They had a place up in Aspen, Colorado, and a lot of guys would go up there to get ACLs or they did microfracture. Rod had microfracture also, where they bore holes in the knee and let it drip and let it try to heal itself.
Ew.